guys, what's up? It's Naomi, the Crafty Savage, and I'm back with this week's Wip Chat. If you're new to diamond painting and you don't know what WIP is, WIP stands for Work in Progress. So, pull out whatever you're working on, whatnot, I don't care. You could be folding laundry, doing the dishes, wearing your headphones, dancing around naked. I won't judge. And I'm gonna, sit here and chat and jibber jabber about my week, because it's been interesting. It's got its good moments, it's got its bad moments, it's got its like hot and steamy moments. Woohoo! Yeah, I did something, guys. So I am working on, what is it that I'm working on? I'm so freaking tired, guys. I'm working on Halloween Classics by Mike Arts. It's a 60 by 80 from Piece by Piece. This is the full image of it. I just finished like the Freddy Krueger girl face. Now I'm going on to like, I think this is Scream, I think. And then at some point in October, I'll finish Pinhead, It, and the Werewolf. So yeah, alrighty. I will have that link down below. I'll be using Munimade. I think I got this from Butterfly Effects. It's like a mini or something. Yeah, I'll have it all linked down below. Okay, so we're gonna back up to like last week, because I, for the freaking life of me, don't remember if I told you guys about this. So, if you watched last week's Whip Chat, you would know that last Tuesday I took half a day because I had to get my hot water heater tank replaced at the new place, right? Well, the hot water heater tank was, the guy who came to fix it, like, I was like, hot damn, like, don't look like he's got a ring on his finger. Yeah, so I might have like hit on the guy replacing my hot water heater tank. All right. Yeah. All right. Look, I was like, whew, he's got a job. Seems like he's got his stuff together. Don't let this one go, right? So yeah, so I told him, I'm like, well, you have my number if you ever want to hang out. So we'll get into him, but just keep that in mind. It gets, yeah. Okay, so I recorded my last week video last week on Wednesday. So on Thursday, I went to work. I put together bookshelves that I wound up grabbing at Target. I need to go grab some more, but I'm tired of moving. I'm tired of unpacking. I'm tired. That's it. But anywho, you don't care about that, right? You're like, come on, Naomi, get to the good part. Let me get through Thursday, right? So I put together the bookshelves. I wound up doing, I put together the little bookshelf up here in my craft room so I could unbox some of my craft stuff and put it on there. I think I need one more little shelf down here. And I don't know if I want to get another little shelf for downstairs or if I want to get like another big shelf. Am I putting this Jesus, Mary, and Saint Joseph? You're all over here watching me put this drill down on the S when I'm supposed to be doing R, and nobody's over here telling me. Geez, thanks a lot, guys. No, I'm joking. I still love you. But, hold on, I'm just checking, making sure. All right, yeah, okay. Just those couple ones that I'm glad I caught that. I would have just been slapping the freaking R's on the S's, and that would have been a pain in the butt to pull up. All right, so anyhow. So what was I saying about the bookshelf? So I don't know if I want to get another little bookshelf, like the 3-shelf bookshelf, or a 5-shelf bookshelf. I don't know, because it's one of them where I'm like, I know like another little 3-1 for up here in my craft room would be good. But I'm like downstairs, I'm like, I think the little 3-shelf one will do, but I don't want to go freaking buy it, struggle, and like throwing it in the cart, you know, because it's supposed to be a 2-man, you know, lift, and I'm, you know, She-Ra in Target. Oh, look, there's the bookshelf. Team lift, screw that. I got this, and I just kind of take it off the, yeah, I take it off the shelf and just like, whoomp, in the cart it goes, right? Yeah. So, and the 3 isn't so bad. The 5, yeah, that's, whoever watches the cameras at Target probably got a good laugh at me last week. And again this week. So, so yeah, I put together the 3-1 on Thursday. All right, I'm doing S. Look, now I'm worried. I'm like, am I putting it down on the right one? S, S, S. Okay, we got it. We're working on S's, guys. S stands for snake. Okay, anywho, getting squirrel. All right, so Friday, my youngest, Jerry, or sometimes, I don't know, I've been calling him Jeremiah here lately, but he came over to my house and he helped me like move the big bookshelf in the into like the living room, because I got it into the cart at Target by myself, paid for it, took it out to my car, like lumped it into my car. I have this like little, like, it's not little, but like it folds up and thing. It's a wagon that, because I'm freaking lazy and I don't want to make more than one trip. Like when I go grocery shopping, I'll grab the wagon and throw all the grocery bags in it and just pull the wagon up to my front door and just put them, you know, in the house, because that's just, yeah, work smarter, not harder, right? And it's hot. It is hot in Florida, so you don't want to be out here, you know, making 50 million trips carrying freaking groceries in. No. So, yeah, so I got it in the car. I got it out of the car, into this freaking wagon, drug it up to my front door, got it out of the wagon. Now, these are 2 bookshelves, right? And got it, like, right in, like, the front foyer area. And I'm like, screw that. I think, like, the next day or 2 days later, I felt brave enough to carry the 3 bookshelf upstairs by myself and put it together. The 5 one, I'm like, oh, hells no, I'm not wrestling that, you know, man-sized freaking wooden bookshelf by myself. No. So, yeah. That's what I did on Thursday, Friday. So on Friday, like, I worked half a day. I took half a vacation day, and that's right. So I also, on Friday, I took half a vacation day. I used up, like, to make for one whole vacation day for the week. I took half a day and I went over to my old place and I like steam cleaned the carpet. And I started to like steam clean the carpet because it wasn't like stains or anything like that. It's just, you could really tell where, because they put cream colored carpet in a rental property in Florida where it's freaking sandy, right? I don't fucking know. Anywho, after tomorrow, I don't have to deal with their dumb asses. So, yeah, I had to like steam clean where, because like I said, you could tell a freaking difference, and I was like, I just can't leave it that way. Like, it just, I want to. I mean, I really, really wanted to, but just, no, my mama raised me better than that. So I did that on Friday. I picked up Jerry. We went to Walmart so I could grab, I needed milk because I made sausage, gravy, and biscuits. But like, I was like, kind of like tired, and so I bought the like powdered mix. It was like McCormick's. Oh, good golly, is that freaking nasty. Oh, it ruined it. I was like, I should have just made the gravy from scratch, but I didn't have it in me. So I did that. And then it was probably like around 12:30 in the morning. I think I was watching, did Ruby go live? Yeah, I think she did. And I was watching her live, and Jeremiah told me like he couldn't breathe, so I had to run him home so he could get like his nebulizer, because Roscoe was making his asthma kick up. So oh, and then also on Friday, as I was making the sausage gravy and biscuits, the hot water heater guy texted me asking me what I was doing. And I was like, you know, making sausage gravy and biscuits. And my son's over here, you know, helping me move heavy furniture. Da, da, da. And he was like, oh, he's like, I was going to see if you wanted to go out. And I was like, he's like, what about tomorrow? And I'm like, sure. And I'm thinking, I'm like, Naomi, I'm like, you have to go get up, clean that carpet, clean that apartment. Because like I said, like I wanted to not have to worry about cleaning anything this week. Like I just wanted it done where all I had to do was just grab the dehumidifier out of there, give them the keys, say F you and this smelly, rotten, mildewy place if you don't have a dehumidifier going. And that's why the dehumidifier is still there, because I'm not going to have them turn around, as long as it's in my name, saying that the place smells like mildew and mold. Well, no shit, Sherlock. It always has, unless you have a dehumidifier running like non-freaking stop. And like if it rains, forget it. You're emptying that thing like twice. Like it's whew. And if not, like if you don't have a dehumidifier going at my old place, like stuff in your cabinets would start like growing mold on it. It was so gross. Like anything that had like a wooden handle, like it wouldn't be wet when you put it away. It would be like fully dry. The next time you go to open like the cabinet drawer to like go grab it, it's like covered in mold and everything else. Like, oh yeah, like when I say like I'm glad to be out of that place, because it just no. Yeah, so I did. So Saturday I woke up, and Jeremiah, originally he was gonna like spend the night and help me, like we were gonna get up early and go over to the old place and just like quickly bang it out. But like I said, I wasn't gonna. I was like, you know, don't worry about it. I got it. You know, I don't have to be out till Thursday, so we're, you know, we're good. I'm not like crunch. So I got up and I went over there, and there's a helicopter flying over for some reason. But I know like before I started the video, it's like I kept wanting to hit play, but there was like sirens going in the back. So I apologize for the helicopter. At least it's better than the airplanes flying over non-freaking stop, right? Oh God. Oh, I don't miss that place. I don't miss it. I don't miss it at all. All right, anywho, I'm getting off the topic here because it's about to get good, right? So I go and I, you know, clean my place, and I like mop all the floors again, and I steam clean again. And because I steam cleaned it on Friday, like, and it looked good, but the only thing is I'd have to wait for it to dry, so I'd be able to like, because once it dried I could really tell, because like what I did on Friday, when I went back on Saturday, it was just like certain sections, I guess, where, you know, I walked and Rude Roscoe, who doesn't, you know, wipe his paws, would walk. So like there were certain spots that like I had to keep going over, but it was like, I don't, like I said, it's still not 100% perfect, but I don't care. I don't really care, right? So anywho, so I'm a hot, sweaty freaking mess, right? And I had like loaded up my car with like all the cleaning stuff and just like miscellaneous BS that just got left behind. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I didn't realize how much there was, you know what I mean? I was like, hot damn, like, I forgot this underneath this sink. I forgot this underneath the bathroom sink. Like, shit. So, it was a lot more than I expected. But, you know, I got her done. Like I said, did I put stuff in my car on Friday? I think I took some stuff with me on Friday. No, you know what? I didn't, because it was like more or less cleaning stuff and just little stupid BS. So I didn't bring anything back on Friday. On Saturday, I filled my car up with stuff. And then I texted Ian, and we'll get into later on about his name, because yep, I'm an asshole. So I texted Ian and I was like, hey, I'm getting ready to leave my old place to head to my new place. I have to, you know, hop in the shower. You know, like, what do you want to do? Like, because he lives in Sarasota and I live in, like, Bradenton. So, and I was like, you know, I'm like, we can go to the beach, we could go get coffee, we can, you know what I mean? And I'm expecting him, you know, like any of the other guys, you know what I mean? You go try to meet in Florida, to be like, oh, well, why don't I just come over and hang out at your house? Or why don't you come over and hang out at my house? I mean, 'cause I'm no freaking dummy. I know what the hell that means. You want me to come over, you know, and you want to try to boink, boink, boink. Well, guess what? There ain't no boinking happening here, dude. All right? Like, it ain't happening. I don't know you like that. Should have hit me up about 20 years ago when I was a hoe, all right? I don't know what to tell you. Anyhow, I'm sorry. I'm over here. Woo! So, but he was like, so he texted me back and he's like, all right. He's like, well, just, you know, text me, you know, like when you're done with your shower and all. So I text him and I'm like, all right, you know, like, well, what do you want to do? And I had to go run to my aunt and uncle's house to print something out. And, so I was going to quick run do that because it would kind of like put me, I mean, it'd still be a little bit away, but I would be closer to him. So we could kind of like more meet up in the middle. And he's like, so I call him up and I'm like, hey, you know, da-da-da. He's like, oh, he's like, well, I'm actually in Bradenton right now. He's like, you know, he's like, do you just want to like meet at a bar and like, you know, play some pool or whatnot? And I'm like, sure. So he starts like, he's like, do you know where like the tiki hut is? And I'm like, no. And so he's like, okay, you know, so he's like, I'm like, dude, I'm like, I don't know where, like, anything is. He's like, well, what about Tommy Knockers? I'm like, I know where Tommy Knockers is. You want to know why I know where Tommy Knockers is? Because Tommy Knockers is right next to Harbor Freight. Like, hello, of course I know where Tommy Knockers is. So I met him at this, like, dive bar, called Tommy Knockers, and we're just sitting there, you know, like chit-chatting, and like, it was like the same when he was at my place on Tuesday. Like, he was here for 3 hours and we were just chit-chatting like we were old friends, you know what I mean? Like, we've known each other for years. So that's, you know, that's pretty cool. But anywho, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm telling him about, I'm like, yeah, I'm like, I'm probably gonna have to ask my aunt if I can like borrow her, you know, SUV. I'm like, I have this lamp and this, I'm like, the fan I might have been able to get in my car because I didn't realize that like the legs kind of like fold down, so I might have been able to get that in my car. But the lamp, I was like, that's gonna be like a little tricky. Like I even thought about it. I'm like, well, maybe I can like slide it into the front seat and then like finagle it in between like the passenger seat and the driver's seat, so you know it's like shooting and have it. And then I was like, that just sounds like too much of a dang headache. So yeah, I'm like, I'm just gonna ask my aunt, you know, just to like borrow her car. And so I was, you know, telling him that, and he was like, well, you want to go, you know, get it now? And I'm like, what? Like, go get what? And he's like, the fan and the lamp. He's like, we can go get it now. We can throw it in the back of my, you know, truck and go get it. So I'm like, okay, let's go get it, right? So we literally, like, I had 2 beers. And it's funny because when I pulled into Tommy Knockers, I didn't see the person walking, but like I saw their back. And I was like, I think that's him, but I'm not sure, you know? So I literally like pulled in maybe like a minute or so after him because he was walking in the parking lot when I was turning in. So we hopped into his truck and we went and picked up the lamp and whatchamacallit, the fan. He dropped me back off at my car because I left my car at the bar. And he dropped me back off at my car and he just followed me back to this place. And yeah, and then he, you know, helped me carry him in. I introduced him to Roscoe, who was doing his, and there goes that dang freaking helicopter. Hold on, guys. All right, guys, I'm back. Sorry about that. I don't know, maybe they're looking for somebody and that's why the helicopter keeps flying over, because usually it's pretty quiet here. It's not that bad. Well, you know, let's see, last week we had the kids screaming in the background and all that, but anyway, getting back to Ian, right? So like while we were at the bar, like we were talking, so he works for this like air conditioning place that's around here. He was in the military. He's not anymore. He retired from the military. He also runs a nonprofit for the veterans in this area. He's a busy dude. You know what I mean? He's got some rental properties. It's kind of what I was like, whoa. You know, it's kind of why like I was like, maybe I should like hit on this dude when he was here. I'm like, it seems like he's got his stuff together. He's not bad looking, you know. So, he had to go somewhere at like 9. So, you know, he dropped off, went on his way. So as he's leaving, right, and I was like, oh, let me make sure, you know what I mean? I'm like, I'm pretty sure this is his name. And I was like, hey, I'm like, your name's Chris, right? And he was like, yeah, sure. And I'm like, what? No, seriously, that's your name. And he's like, no, it's not. And I'm like, no, this is the moment where I'm like, oh my God, Naomi, you are a major a-hole. Like, you just called this dude the wrong freaking name. And I'm like, oh my gosh. And he's like, no, he's like, it's Ian. And I'm like, oh my God. Now, in my defense, when he called to find out like how to get here, because he was like heading east and all that, and I'm like, no, you need to head west. I was watching and I noticed it does this with this one like app that I watch, that like it won't close out, and like even if somebody calls it, like you could hear them but it's still like playing in the background. So this is maybe why, right? And I swore he said his name was Chris. I swore he said his name was freaking Chris on the phone, right? It ain't Chris. His name is Ian. And I am the a-hole who, you know, like, I call him by the wrong freaking name, right? Oh my God, I felt like this big. Like this big. Like, ding dong, hello. So we've been chit-chatting, you know, back and forth here. We're going to hang out again this weekend. Yeah, and I'm going to make sure I call him by the correct name. But he does. He works a lot. Like, a lot. Like, last night, he didn't get done work until, like, almost 10 o'clock at night. So, and I'm like, you know what? That's kind of, like, perfect for me. I'm like, because I don't, how do I put this? Like, I don't want you all up in my face all the freaking time. I think I've just, not that, like, it's anything official with him, but I've been single for so long that I'm like, I enjoy it. Maybe, like, a long-distance relationship or, like, give me time to miss you. You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be all up in my face all the time. I'm like, because that will get old. I don't know. Maybe I'm just a bee. I'm just a biatch. I don't know. But, nah, if it's the right guy. I mean, because like I said, like with Ian, he's got like a sick, dark sense of humor. And so do I. So, yeah. Like, we just, like, for example, we were like showing each other pictures on our phone. And I came across, I like scrolled past the picture of me with the cup that Ruby sent me. Hold on, where is it? Ooh, my bad. That Ruby sent me. It's got my name spelled out. From the one dude that was like sending me the D pics. And I was like, I didn't even ask for it. Like, and he just sent it. So he was like, what's that? And I was like, oh, my friend sent me, you know, a picture, you know, and I told him the story, and he was like, all right, well, he's like, I gotta go to the bathroom. He's like, I'll be right back. He's like, I'm gonna go take a picture of my, you know, Mr. Winky. So that's not what he said. He said the real word. I just don't want to get in trouble with YouTube, right? So the next thing I know, he's like walking back up, right? And I get a text message on my phone, and it's a picture of a guitar pick that has, you know, the Winky word in it. And I started freaking laughing, like just laughing. So, I don't know. Like I said, he works a lot. Like he told me he can get done work anywhere from 6 to 10 p.m. at night. So, you know, it is what it is. I'm like, I'm not like that picky, you know what I mean? I'm like, just tell me I'm pretty and throw some like salted caramel chocolate at me. I'll be good, right? No, I'm joking. No, but he is, you know what I mean? We text back and forth. He just texted me a little bit ago. He's still at work. So, it is what it is. You know what I mean? I don't mind. Like I said, just make some time for me, and I'll be happy. So, all right. So that was Saturday. Sunday, I got up and I went back to my old place and I steam cleaned over the freaking carpets again. I loaded up my car because at that point, basically, everything was like cleaned. I loaded up the, no, I left the mop bucket in the mop. No, I took the mop bucket in the mop because I left it there on Saturday because it was wet and I didn't want to put it in my car. So I took that and I took basically all the cleaning supplies and all the trash out and all that on Sunday and threw it in the dumpster over there. loaded my car up with like the vacuum cleaner. I think I left the steam cleaner. I think I did on Sunday. And like I said, like the dehumidifier. I had like decorative rocks and like a chair and a little table out on the cement patio that's there. And I left, and like a little gnome that says welcome with like a solar lamp thing. I left them there, you know, just to make it look like, I mean, because believe me, them rocks move and they're gone, like people are gonna know like she ain't there. And it's not like, I mean, when I lived there, the only time I brought the rocks in and like the chair and the little table was like if we were having a tropical storm or like a hurricane, something like that, where like the wind would blow them. I don't know if they blow the rocks, but I didn't want to take the chance of them, you know, picking up the rocks and smashing somebody's window. And so I would just always bring them in. But yeah, so that was Sunday. Monday I went to work. Here lately on my lunch breaks. Tomorrow is the last day. I've been running to work on my lunch breaks. I've been running to my old place, and like I said, I left like the dehumidifier, the rocks, all that. The TV mounts were still up on the wall because I couldn't find the special drill bit that you needed to take them off, because I had them set aside in my like tool bag, and somebody stuck them on the truck and they got loaded in the truck, then they got buried in this one room. Like, yeah, but I found them. So but yeah, like I said, there really wasn't much, but I've been emptying the dehumidifier every day, you know, all that good stuff. Monday, yeah, I think Monday I loaded up the little last bit of like stuff besides the outside stuff, like the steam cleaner, and brought them over here. Is that what I did Monday? Yeah, and well, here on my way back, so here, right, so on Monday I'm on my way back from emptying, you know, the dehumidifier, loading up my car with the rest of the stuff, and I turned down a road that I don't usually turn down, but there was a reason I turned, because it's like I can make that turn earlier and it just loops around out onto the road. Was there like, it wouldn't have been a school bus? Were they doing construction? I don't know, but for some reason I went that way. Right now, in some places, you know, you have to slam on your brakes for like deer, bear, mountain lions, cougars, you know, depending on where you live, you know, alligators, turtles, you know, raccoons, squirrels. Here where I live in, if you go over to my Instagram, you will see a picture of this demonic Satan-looking freaking bird that I swear is like the size of freaking Big Bird. Like they come up to like my freaking waist. Like they're freaking huge. This picture does it no freaking justice, right? They're freaking like creepy. Their heads, like there is no feathers on them. It's like their head is like, it almost looks like it's like a hard skull, like that goes down into their beak. Oh my god, it looks like they crawled out of the gates of hell after dipping their heads in like acid that just ate their flesh away. If you go over on my Instagram, you will see a picture of said demonic freaking birds. I hate them. So yep, one was crossing the street, and like I said, they ain't your typical bird. No. Not like, oh, maybe like, you know, I'm not saying, you know, go out and hit birds. I don't try to hit animals, you know, but crap happens sometimes. No, this bird would F up my car. Like they're big. it would put a nice freaking dent, you know, in my car. So I stopped for this demonic, creepy ass bird to walk across the street. And then I did not unpack Monday after work. Like, I was just, like I said, I want to say maybe like the last 2-3 weeks here, like, I have not really diamond painted like I usually do. Like, here lately, I've been trying to unpack and get this place organized, and it seems like every time I start making progress, like, I'm just like, oh, I have to redo this because it's not going to fit this, or oh, there's more of this. Like, it's just, I'm getting there. Like, it's a lot better than what it is. I'm hoping either by next week or in 2 weeks, I'll have it put together enough where I don't mind, you know, showing you guys. Like, I think I might have showed it when there was like all the boxes, but now it's, I don't even know. It is what it is. Like I said, I just need more space. The kitchen, I have a lot of kitchen stuff, and there's not a lot of like cabinets, and that's, so I don't know, maybe I'll just have like stuff sitting out on the counter. I don't know. I'll figure it out. You know what I mean? It is what it is. I will get my life together. I will do it. I will do it. Yes, yes, yes. I have faith in myself. I can do it. All right. Anywho. So Tuesday was like it was not a real fantastic, like, woohoo. Not a fun day. We'll just kind of leave it at that. And so I have it like written on a sticky note. All these other ones I had it like written in the book, and then I don't know, Sunday happened and I got lazy. So here's my notes, you know, for what I did for the rest of the week, right? So Monday, Tuesday, see, I ran and emptied the dehumidifier. Then here we go, you know, thinking I'm like She-Ra, because I am. I don't, you know, or at least I try to do stuff by myself, and then I wind up hurting myself, and it's not good. Anywho, so I was looking for something like a storage ottoman for like at the end of my bed, like, I don't, like, just to put, I don't know, like blankets, stuff like that, because at my old place, like I said, even though it was smaller, they had, like, in my bedroom closet, so I had like the long row where I could hang my clothes up. The bottom floor, you know, you could put like Rubbermaid containers or whatnot, and then above, like where the rod is to hang, you know, where you put the hangers, there was like 2 built-in shelves into the closet. Then in the hallway, there was like another like coat closet. In the bathroom, there was like 4 long, you know, built-in shelves into the wall. In the living room, yeah, I think I might have said this before. Anywho, so like I said, that's also part of the problem. I need to get more like storage things to like put stuff. So I saw Target had like they had this really nice, like, you know, fancy one for like $150, and I was like, I don't want, like, I mean, it's nice, you know what I mean? It looked really nice. It had like a hinge, all that good macaroni and cheese. But I'm like, I don't really want to spend $150 freaking dollars on like an ottoman that I'm going to put at the foot of my bed. No. And so and that reminded me, I need to make a picture. I need to make a picture. I need to make a video of my vibrating bed and post it. So maybe if I remember, I'll throw that in here. All right, so anywho, I'm totally like squirrel braining over here, like, come back, Naomi. So, So I go to Target and I'm trying to find, like, they had this one, it was like, I think for like $40. And I was like, you know what? Like, I'd rather pay $40 than $150. So I go into Target and I'm trying to find it and I can't find it for the freaking life of me. And usually, like, it'll tell you what aisle it is, like E17 or D14, you know what I mean? Like, if you go online and go into, like, that store that you're going into, it'll tell you what aisle you can find it. So I'm trying to find it. I can't find it. I see where, like, the ottomans are. I see that $150 ottoman. And then they had this, like, $80, like, brown leathery looking one, and that was really about it. And I was like, so I found, you know, somebody with a red shirt on at Target that had a name tag, because just because somebody's in Target with a red shirt does not necessarily mean they work there, right? Don't ask me how I know that, just trust me on that one. So I asked them, and, like, they were like, yeah, no, we don't have them. You know, somebody else was just, you know, looking for them as well, blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, all right. So I'm like, I guess it's, you know, I'm getting this $150 one. I'm like, so I go over to where it's at. Now, at least it's, like, up a little bit. And I, like, position the cart. And I pull it down and I'm wiggling it and I flop it in the cart, you know, because that thing's like freaking heavy. I'm like, and it's already like pre-put together and all that. I'm like, damn, like, the hell they make this thing out of, like, cinder blocks? So I get it in there and I'm like, all right, let me go check out. So, like, and as I'm walking, I don't get that far, and I just happen to look down and they have these, like, foldable storage ottomans that are like double the size, you know, for like $25 each. I'm like, stop the freaking bus. I'm like, back up. And the same girl that helped me asking me the question, I was like, hey, I'm like, so is there any way you can help me, like, lug this thing out of the cart back on the shelf, because I just found some for cheaper? And she's like, yeah. So she helped me get that big, heavy ottoman back out of the cart that I just slopped in there, you know, like not even 2 minutes earlier. And I grabbed those two and checked out and went along my merry way. So yeah, and then I also came home. And, like, this is how motivated I was to, like, unpack. And I think I need to, like, do this. Because, like, I want to get everything unpacked. And I want to get it organized. And I just want to, like, be able to just, like, come home and just, like, relax. And I just feel like my house being in, like, chaos, I can't relax. So what I've been trying to do is every day, when I come home from work, I just start unpacking stuff, or I start moving the boxes in the room it needs to go to, you know, and then that helps me figure out, like, okay, I need to get rid of this, or I need to, like, the spare bedroom here, I'm going to, the closet, the way it's set up, it's actually bigger than, like, the master bedroom, like, space-wise. Like, I could walk into this closet and, like, set up a little bed there and lay down, and, like, if I was a kid, that's probably what I would have done when I was, like, younger. Like, set that up as, like, my little clubhouse, or, like, you know, like, my little chill hang spot where I go play my Barbies or read my books, or, you know, with my rainbow braid or Teddy Ruxpin, I don't know, whatever the hell I was playing with back then. But that's, I actually, my grandma, when she lived in Percy, she had this one place on 5th Street, and it had this, like, long, narrow hallway, and she used to watch me and my brother a lot when I was younger, and she kind of like set up, like she had like some of her stuff stored in there and like stuff hanging in the closet, but like part of like the beginning of it and like probably about half of it, she let me have that as like my own little like hangout thing, and I would go in there and I would read or draw or sometimes just sleep, or I just wanted to get away from my brother because he was driving me crazy because I really disliked him back then. I think I told you guys about the time I found a thumbtack on the floor. He was just laying on his stomach, you know, watching TV, and I found this thumbtack, this just random thumbtack, laying on the floor. So what was my first thought? Oh, let me pick this up and poke him in the butt with it. He screamed like a little girl. I found it hilarious. My mom sent me to my room. She did not find it as funny. You know, I still, you know, it is what it is. But I love my demon seed. I wouldn't trade him for the world. So, but yeah, that was my, okay, so, but I came and I mean, like, I kicked butt in this one front room that I said, like, basically everything just kind of got, like, thrown into. And I'm not gonna lie, because, like, I started making a little bit of a dent, and then as I've been bringing, like, some of the cleaning stuff like that from the old house, I've been tossing in that room. Well, there really ain't much in that room now, because I'm going to be taking my office and moving it here, which, like, that freaking works. Like, I could legit roll out of bed, stay in my PJs, you know what I mean? Like, be ordering jobs, typing up proposals, you know, entering checks, entering bills. Like, I'm like all in my PJs. I might not even have to wear pants. Like, whew. That would be, that would be awesome, right? So, yeah. So I'm looking forward to that. So I'm cleaning that out, and then I gotta call and get the internet set up, because I have to have internet for my work, because I remote into a server that's in Pennsylvania and all that good macaroni and cheese. Then, so yeah, so like I said, that was Tuesday, that was last night. And I mean, like, there's still like, there's like this one box that I have like curtain rod poles and like some curtains in, that I'm like, at this place, unless like I drill into like the wall, you can't really hang the curtains, because the blinds they have take up like the whole, yeah. I'm like, I'm looking at this one in my spare bed, I'm like, there's really no way to do it. I mean, unless you take thumbtacks and like tack it up there. But anywho, here I go, like off topic. Come on, guys, you gotta like help reel me in. Be like, come on, Naomi, come back to us, come back to us. You can do it. I have faith in you. Anyhow, all right. So, but it's like, I don't want to get rid of like the curtain rods and poles. They're not expensive, but I don't know. I always forget like stuff like that. Like when I go shopping, it's not something that you buy all the time, and I don't know. I just probably need to freaking get rid of them, because there is no room here. There is no freaking room. So, yep. I think that's what I'm gonna do. You guys talked me into it. I'm glad we had this little talk. I know there's 2 S's. There they are. All right. So, and like I said, Ian wound up working last night. He didn't get done until like 10. And I didn't like really hear from him. So of course, you know, I got like all up in my feelings, and I'm like, well, F that a-hole. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Like, I think I've put up with so much BS from guys that like, it really does not, I mean, especially like in the beginning, if I don't hear from you, I'm not gonna chase after you. And you ain't like, yeah, anywho. But you know, he wound up texting me later last night, and he's like, you know, he's like, I'm sorry. He's like, I'm still working, and I'm like, oh, damn. You know, and I sent him a picture of the progress that I was making because he saw it, oh, like a couple days after I moved in here when he came to replace the, the hot water heater. And, you know, and then he saw it on Saturday after I, you know, like you could tell, like I kind of like started doing stuff in that room, but yeah, like I said, but also that room, it's like everybody threw everything in it. And I get it because it's just so much easier just to toss it in that door or toss it in that room, you know, when you come in the door. So, but that's going to be my office. So, but yeah, like I was saying, I think what I'm going to do is, you know, maybe like 2 to 3 times a week, like especially now that come tomorrow, like I turn the keys into the old place and I don't have to worry about going and emptying the dehumidifier. Like I'm done with it. Well, I'm making sure, because here also, I think it was Monday? It had to be Monday because the place where I used to live, their office was closed Tuesday and today for like, I got the email for like, they're freaking closed. Like, if you ever have like the national, like you ever get a calendar and it has like every nationality's like holiday on it, the place where I live, the office, closes for all them holidays. Like I swear that office closes more than the bank and the freaking post office does. Like I'm not freaking playing. So they're closed Tuesday and today, and they're opening back up tomorrow, which is the 30th, which I'm handing them damn. I just gotta go. I'm gonna go on my lunch break. Or I might go after work and hopefully the mailman will come because my mail's not getting forwarded until the 1st. So maybe I'll just like swing by after work, quick check the mailbox, grab the dehumidifier because that's the only thing that's left, because today I, like on my lunch break, I ran over and got the dehumidifier and I found the little things. I went over there with like a screwdriver, like with the bit you can insert it, to try to unscrew the TV mount. And Bucci was going to come over and just quick like touch up the wall where the hole was put. That's the nice part about, you know, being in the drywall business. It cost me all of nothing, $0 to have the 4 little, well, they weren't little, they were probably about like that. Not my nails in the way. Alex is freaking on vacation, guys. I don't know if you remember. I don't know, it was probably about like that big, the size of the hole. I mean, it was like it wasn't just like your regular, you know, screw or nail. It was, but it wasn't like a big giant hole, like somebody punched a hole in it, you know what I mean? And you just throw a patch on it and some spackle and call it a day. Anyhow, but yeah. So there was like from where the two, you know, with the one screw went in, the other screw. But so when I went to go empty the dehumidifier today, I thought, you know what I mean? Like, oh, maybe I can just, you know, unscrew it and I can just toss them in my car. That way all I have to do is just get, you know, like my rocks and stuff like that outside, the table, the chair, the dehumidifier, throw it in the car tomorrow before I, you know, hand in the key. And Bucci and my youngest son, Jeremiah, met me over at my old place at 5:30 today. But like I said, when I went there after lunch, I tried getting it with the screwdriver with the bit. I got one of the screws off. I could not budge like the other 3 screws. It was not happening. I mean, like I tried. I was like both hands trying to twist it. Like I was not She-Ra then, all right? I was, nope. So yeah, Booch came over and used his like drill gun and unscrewed them and then filled the holes, and yeah, and then I packed up my rocks and all that, and so I'm like, you know what, it's one day, I don't care. But I didn't want to like take the rocks and all that away because people would know that like, oops, she's gone, that place is empty, and as long as it's in my name, I'm not going to be held responsible. But I was like, ah, screw it. So I packed up the rocks and all that from outside. So literally all I have to grab tomorrow is the dehumidifier. And once I hand him the key, it won't smell like mildew in there when I hand him the key. What they do with it after that, that's on them. It ain't my name, not my problem. But yeah. So I think, like I said, I'm all over the damn place. But yeah, so I think I'm going to take, you know, maybe like 2 to 3 days out of the week and just sit down and diamond paint, because I'm just, yeah. And my boss Dan said, like he asked, he was like, you know, he's like, well, do you need to take half days, you know, like some half days to get it done? And I was like, you know what? Yeah. I'm like, let me, you know what I mean? So, but it's the end of the quarter, you know, so I'm like, look, I'm like, after September 30th, I'm like, you know, it's the end of the quarter. I get all that done, taken care of, turned in. I'm like, then, you know what I mean? I'll start taking some like half days so I can really just get this place unpacked, you know, call to get the internet set up, and like, well, you can move in here, but it's just, there's still just some stuff that it's, I don't know, it's just, it's very cluttered and it's driving me bananas. But I did want to ask you, and I keep meaning to ask in my videos, you know, I've been diamond painting for like 3 years now, and I wanted to do some like, you know, like tips and tricks for like some new beginners that are out there. And I remember like some things, you know, obviously, but obviously there's some things that I'm like, crap, it's been so long, you know what I mean? Like, it just seems like second knowledge to me of just, you know, like putting together some videos of like, you know, like I think we have all done it, you know, I or at least I know I'm guilty that like when I first started diamond painting, I don't have the wax in front of me, but you know the pink circle wax, and you get you know, your little tiny pen, and I'm trying to stab it and I can't figure out why the wax isn't going in. It's because you need to peel the plastic back. Like, I know stuff with like double-sided adhesive, you know, if you get paper or something, you use a baby wipe. But just, you know, if you guys wouldn't mind, you know, just maybe leaving a comment down below, you know, just maybe some like little tips and tricks or things you wish you knew when you first started diamond painting, I would greatly appreciate it. But I got to bounce on out of here, take Roscoe's behind outside, and come back to diamond painting. So with that said, guys, I'm out of here. If you're new to the channel and you like what you saw, hit that subscribe button and ring that notification bell. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and I'll see you next time. Bye, guys!